What is going on, guys? It is 46. We do have some new officers entering Star Trek Fleet Command, particularly Harry Mudd's crew. So really excited about this, and in this video we're going to dive deep into their skills. Their skills are insane, by the way, so really excited about this and everything that has to do with all of Harry Mudd's officers. So stay tuned, and we're going to go over their skills in a second. Really looking forward to all of these officers. Okay, so let's dive right into this. So I'm going to go to level here and check off group, and that should work. So I'm going to go down to group now, and I'm going to check out these new officers. Look at all of these officers, looking great. So we have Sasha Mud's company, and quick description of Sasha. She's been experimented on her whole life. She has emotional intelligence, outside the box thinking, so that really plays into her skills here. So her main captain skill is always on guard. If the opponent is an Eclipse hostile, including Armada targets, Sasha has a 20% chance to reduce the opponent's critical hit chance by 15%. So obviously this 20% goes up every time you upgrade Sasha. So really looking forward to always on guard. And the next one, Intimidation. Intimidation for the first 3 rounds of combat when fighting Eclipse hostiles, including Armada targets. Sasha decreases the critical damage bonus of the ship by 20%. This is incredible. This is a common officer, and even for a common officer, the skills are really good. So really looking forward to using Sasha during the upcoming events, and of course, when we're basically doing Armada targets. So let's go on to the next one here, is Tizer. So this is another common officer, Mud's company. So one of the last of the around the alien race. Tizer and the Marani were forced out of their territory a century ago by the Eclipse, who took over the area to create the exchange. So this is kind of some Star Trek Fleet Command kind of lore here. I really like the developers doing this, kind of going into the kind of the story, a little bit of Star Trek and Star Trek Fleet Command. So he's kind of a resistance leader in a way. So let's look at Security Breach, his captain ability, Security Breach. When fighting Eclipse hostiles, including Armada targets, for the first 3 rounds of combat, Tizer decreases the shield mitigation of the opponent by 4%. Obviously this is going to go up every time you upgrade him, but this is a good captain ability here. And his second ability, Marani Technology. When fighting Eclipse hostiles, including Armadas, Tizer has a 35% chance to increase shield deflection, armor, and dodge by 100% for whole combat. Again, this is a really good ability for Armada targets and Eclipse hostiles, and you should really be using these officers to fight those Eclipse hostiles, especially for the events, right? So let's go on to the next officer we have, is Goon. He kind of looks like some heavy muscle here. Let's take a look at the description. A former Starfleet Mako veteran, Goon has been seen his fair share of battles and memories which are stuck with him, becoming particularly disillusioned by Starfleet's perceived hypocrisy, in particular displayed by Kirk. He left Starfleet. So yeah, basically he is kind of rebelling against Starfleet in a way, joining Mud. So kind of super interesting to see. And let's look at his captain ability, Grizzled Veteran. So when fighting hostiles, Goon increases the chances of dealing a critical hit by 20% for the first round of combat. So this isn't just Eclipse hostiles, this is any hostile. So this is really good for fighting any hostile. Really looking forward to using Goon. This is an uncommon officer. So let's take a look at his secondary ability, Military Training. Goon increases the ship XP gained by the ship by 15%. So clearly this is a PvE officer, clear by the skills and such like. So he could be really good for leveling up your ship. Something to consider in the future. Okay, let's look at the next officer we have, Mud. So this is a rare officer, Mud's company. Let's take a look here. So Mud, Harry Mud's half human, half Bajoran daughter. Okay, so is this the first time we're seeing the Bajorans? I'm not too sure. This could be the actual first time we're seeing the Bajorans. She grew up with deep resentment towards her father after being abandoned by him at an early age. However, she couldn't resist following in his footsteps and become one of the most notorious thieves and smugglers in the galaxy. So she's driven by ambition, ego, cynicism, So she kind of wants to take over Harry Mud's business in a way. So let's take a look at her captain ability, Endless Ambition. So Romud increases her stats by 50% when she is captain. Interesting. So this is, haven't really seen this stat before. This could be really good. Interesting. Okay. So Fatal Charm, her secondary ability. At the start of combat, Romud has a 20% chance of increasing damage dealt by the ship by 300% of the total attack of all the officers on the ship. Okay, so this would work really well if you had really strong officers on the bridge. So this would work really well. So this could be really good too. This really needs to be tested. So testers, if you're watching this, test out Romud, please, for me. Would really love to know. Okay, let's move on to the next officer here. Avex. So let's have a look at this guy, Mud's company. Avex is a visitor to our galaxy and an unwilling one. After an incident with her ship, Avex found herself stranded here in the company of Mud on the crew of the Rogues. At first they were unsure of the unknown alien, but she proved herself. So interesting. So this is, I don't think we've seen this alien before. Potentially new alien, which Star Trek Fleet Command and the developers have released to us. Super interesting. Could this be... She kind of looks almost Iconian in a way. I don't know. Could be something like that. Let's look at the captain ability. Surgical Precision. So when fighting Eclipse hostiles, including Armada targets, for the first 3 rounds of combat, Avex increases the chances of critical hit by 20%. A lot of these officers are used for fighting Eclipse hostiles. Really good in a way. So this captain ability is really good. Really looking forward to this. And the secondary ability, Shield Remodulation. When fighting Eclipse hostiles, including Armadas, Avex has a 25% chance to decrease the shield deflection, armor, and dodge of the opponent by 40%. So again, this rare officer is really good. Solely for Eclipse hostiles and Armadas here. So again, this is a really good rare officer. Really looking forward to using her. So let's move on to the next one. Of course, this isn't a new one. But for those who are not familiar with Harcourt Fenton Mud, here is abilities. Captain ability. So when the ship takes damage from an Armada target, Harry Mud decreases the weapon damage of the Armada target by 10%. And of course, never down and out. When the shield's ship health is depleted, Harry Mud increases the weapon damage of the ship by 250% for the rest of combat. So let's move on to the next one. This wasn't a new one, but I thought I'd just show the skills here. Okay, Eurydice. So, I'm not even pronouncing that right, but born into poverty by parents abandoned by her, Eurydice had to learn how to survive on her own at an early age. Spending her early years as a pirate and scavenger, she quickly learned ability, almost able to read anyone's body language, manipulative, at the cost of supporting her daughter. So wait, is this Harry Mud's wife? Potentially. I'm not too sure about Fleet Commands, but could very well be. So Opportunist with Captain ability. When the ship takes shield health damage, Eurydice increases the damage of the weapons by 10%. So this is a truly epic officer ability. The ability to increase the weapon damage and really take on some of those harder targets. So the ability to upgrade her will really benefit all of those who are using her. So let's take a look at Delta Quadrant technology. So when the shield is depleted, Eurydice has a 35% chance to heal the shield health by 5%. So this is a truly epic ability here. So this is, this 35% is really going to go up. Really looking forward to using this officer, but again, needs to be upgraded to, at least level 2, level 3, to really take advantage of all of these skills. So let's move on to the next one here. And this is this is what I've been looking forward to the most. This is something that I think DJ was hinting about in one of his podcasts, but this is the Harry Fenton Mud that we saw in Star Trek Discovery. Okay, so this was in Star Trek Discovery. This is the Harry Mud that we know in Star Trek Discovery. And this is kind of hinting at something. The fact that they're using a Star Trek Discovery character, is this a huge hint that something is going to happen? Maybe in September. I don't know. Could we see possibly Star Trek Discovery officers hit the game in September? I don't know. We're going to find out about this, but this is really incredible here. So let's look at the description here. Many call him a thief, liar, and a rogue, and a con man. He's all these things, but above all, he's a survivor, arriving in our universe through a complicated series of mycelial networks. Oh boy. Okay, so this is another huge hint. The fact that they're talking about mycelial networks in fleet commands, like what is going on? The cruel fate he suffered at the hands of the Klingon captors, hardened Mud, turning into ruthless. Wow, okay. So the fact is that they're really, the new outlook as well as, okay, they are really hinting at the USS Discovery. Could this be a new ship, a new crew in September? Who knows, right? Really excited about this. So let's look at his captain ability 2 steps ahead. So Mud has a 40% chance to increase the shield mitigation to 98% for the first 2 rounds of combat. Okay, this is pretty good. The fact that it's not 100% really bothers me. I would have loved for 100% here, but 98% will do. Shield mitigation, again, another epic officer ability here. So let's look at his secondary ability, 823 ways to die. So Mud has a 20% chance to increase the double shots, to double the shots of all weapons of the ship for the first round of combat. So this kind of almost reminds me of kind of Khan in a way. Really good officer here we have. So really looking forward to using Harcourt Fenton Mud. The USS Discovery Mud, really excited about that. And that is it. So that was it for all of these officers, these new officers. Are you excited about all of these new officers arriving in Star Trek Fleet Command? Leave a comment below. What do you think about the new USS Discovery officer, Harry Mudd? Is this a hint at what is coming in potentially September? Let us know, guys. Hope you have a great one. Stay safe.